Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here, friends. This is the end of the day report. I was glued to the screen today, the trading screen, watching what's happening out here. And I had projected some resistance and supports for the day. And it worked out exactly the way that we had visualized. Behind me is the S&P 500 index, the way it ended today. And as you can see, we had drawn a minor line of resistance, and we said that this could probably be a place for hesitation, or we could break through this and go and be stopped by this diagonal line of resistance. So it seems that we stopped exactly around this. We hit this line and we came back down. There's a little bit of a wick on the top out here, and there's a little wick on the bottom out here. So we opened above the support line and we continued to go up, and we were stopped by this. So another positive prediction. Now the only thing that we need to do, or I need to do, is to take advantage of my ability to look at the resistance and support and make some money. And that's the hard part, I must say, as a retail investor. But I'm really happy that my technical analysis is getting proved, and I'm getting more confident with the technical analysis. So that's a positive. The negative out here today is that we have broken out on the upper side of this bearish pennant, which is not a good sign for us, because then what happens is that we are potentially looking at creating a bull channel, which means I have to liquidate most of my shorts that I have and try to position myself for potential rally coming up. So with that said, let us look at what is happening in the MACD and the momentum sector. So MACD is still bullish, getting more bullish, and momentum is above average. So this is a sustainable move. So I'm thinking that probably from tomorrow onwards we'll start seeing an upper move, and even if we don't move up, we may probably come and bounce off this diagonal line of support and create a bull channel. And if we go up, we may hit this and come back again and bounce off this diagonal line of support from here, which has got at least 2 touch points, and then that would become a bull channel for us. The other option is to look at this as a wedge, a new wedge being created, and we'll have to either break out on the upside or the lower side of the wedge. So we still have possibilities on both sides, in my opinion, and I'll leave it at that in order to be a bit brief. Next, let us look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ also did the same thing. It stopped exactly at the diagonal line of resistance that we had earmarked as the first line of resistance for us today. And 19450.19 remains the resistance for tomorrow. And the support for tomorrow is going to be this diagonal line of support. Just going to mark this green because we are above that now. So this diagonal line of support tomorrow is going to be at around 18,838. So that's the first line of support, and the second line of support is extremely strong. It's at 18,609.05. So there's a whole lot of supports here. MACD is looking bullish. Momentum is also above average. So this looks sustainable. So we'll see what happens. I can still see a wedge pattern out here, and we'll check out what happens when we approach the end of the wedge. Are we breaking out on the upside or the lower side? But as soon as we start making a bullish channel, it increases the odds of going up. With that said, let's look at the VIX. The VIX has come down below this diagonal line of resistance, and it's coming closer to 20. So that's a good sign. And put call ratio is absolutely neutral. Gold has been picking up in value, and it has regained most of the value that it lost yesterday. It's up 1.60% today. And now I would like to go and have a look at our genomics stocks. Yeah, here we go. So Prime was down 1.69%, still within the diagonal line of resistance and diagonal line of support that we mapped out yesterday, and the same is going to be the level of support and resistance for tomorrow. Support is going to be 1.72 and resistance is going to be 1.83, and I'm expecting Prime to move between those two. And then we have Intelia. Intelia was up 1.11 during the day, and post hours it has gone up another 0.73%. So Intelia has done well, but it's not been able to go above yesterday's candle. So that is one thing that we have to keep in mind, because of which we can look at some kind of a trend reversal pattern. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for tomorrow, I would say resistance is going to be 8.95 and support is going to be at 7.29. So those are the ranges in which Intelia will work. Caribou Biosciences was up 3.23% during the day. Post-market, there are no trades. I'm just going to pull this line of support a little more, and so that we can see continuity. Our resistance for tomorrow is going to be at around 0.9178, and our support for tomorrow is going to be around 0.7211. So that's the range I'm looking at for Caribou Biosciences. MACD is good, but momentum is still below average. That's the problem out there. Beam Therapeutics has got good MACD as well as momentum above average. It did well today. It went up 1.43%. And as far as tomorrow is concerned, we still have the same targets for tomorrow. Our support is going to remain 19.08, and our resistance is going to be at 21.95, same as it was yesterday. And if you look at Altimmune, it was up 3.82%, converting a resistance that we had identified at 5.08 into a support. So that's a very good building block. And remember, we had put a cup and handle target of around 6.25. I'm thinking we are moving towards that direction today. Yesterday I was worried that this could be a topping signal with this large wick on the top. It would be exhaustion of the buyers, and that didn't happen. So I'm really glad that it went the way it did. Our resistance for tomorrow is going to be 5.35. And after that, I think I would say MACD and momentum is also looking pretty good. So I'm very happy about it. Let's look at Verve Therapeutics, which was up 5.39% today. MACD is beautiful. Momentum is also pretty good. Plenty of room on the RSI to go up. We are definitely on a bullish channel. We are not seeing higher highs and higher lows, but this could be one of the higher highs, the first one to be formed, and the next low could probably be the higher low. So I'm thinking that based on the MACD and the momentum and the pace at which we have gone up, that we are turning bullish for Verve. That's a very good sign. For tomorrow, our resistance is going to be at, let me thicken this line out here so that you can see it. It's going to be at 6.72, and the support is going to be somewhere around 5.00. So that's the range for Verve. And if you look at Editas, again, momentum is bullish. MACD is also quite bullish. Momentum is way above average, and RSI has plenty of room to go up. We have a kind of trend change, trend reversal pattern out here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But looking at the momentum and the RSI, I'm thinking that we should be able to continue moving upwards to reach our target of 1.79, which we identified as a cup and handle target. So I'm thinking we are proceeding in that direction. Let's look at Illumina, which was up 1.72%, and the resistance continues to be 80.62. Support continues to be 74.10 for tomorrow. MACD is bullish, but momentum has still not got to be above average. So that's the main problem for Illumina. Next, let us look at CRISPR Therapeutics. We had a cup and handle pattern, and we had a double bottom for which I put a target of 41.48. But now I can see a very clear cup and handle pattern coming up out here. So let us replot everything for the cup and handle. Let me just quickly grab my widget for the arc, and I'm going to look at this as the cup and handle. Just modify the chart aspect ratio so that we can see it properly. So I'm going to take the lowest bottom out here, and I'm going to project it up and move that, place it on top of this one. So surprisingly, our target is going to be 52.59, which is exactly on top of the diagonal line of resistance out there. So CRISPR Therapeutics has got a lot of gains to happen. In my humble opinion, it's my personal opinion. Please don't consider this to be a financial advice. Do your own due diligence, but I'm thinking that there's a lot of upside remaining for CRISPR Therapeutics from $39 onwards. But anything can happen in the market. Our volatility is very high, so you got to be very careful in the markets. I'm personally taking out my money wherever I'm profitable and sitting in the sidelines because I don't understand what's happening in the market. Things are going crazy. Of course, our technical analysis, in many cases, we are bang on target, but I have not been able to take advantage of that in any of my trades of late. So I'm losing a little bit of confidence in actually executing a trade. But with regard to technical analysis, I'm feeling more comfortable. The way I would say is that the market is very crazy right now. Anything could happen. The tariffs are the main concern out here at this point of time. If you look at Allogene, it lost 3.11% in the day trade. Post-market, there are no trades. We have a trend reversal pattern out here, and you can say that resistance is going to be 1.79 and the support is going to be 1.36 for this share. MACD is bullish, momentum is just at average. It's kind of giving up steam. You look at Grail, it's up 11.64% again this morning. Grail is going from strength to strength. It had a huge gap up. So this is all really good. We have MACD, which is very bullish. Momentum is very close to being overbought. RSI is close to being very overbought. Momentum is very close to reaching the threshold. So I think that a consolidation is in order for Grail before it moves up further. And also the gap up out here is going to act as a magnet to pull it down. So those twin reactions will have to balance each other. Let me see if there is any news for Grail. I don't have any news other than it being initiated at buy with a price target of 32. It's already above 32. It's at 37. So something else is at play, and I don't know what it is. I'll be honest with you on that. Let's look at Grail. Let's look at PACB next. Now PACB, it is still maintaining a resistance at 1.21 and it's still maintaining a support of 1.11. It has been in this range for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trade days. It's been range bound out here. MACD is not looking good and momentum is also not looking good. PACB seems to be in a world of trouble, and I can look at ARCG and say that it's gone up 3.12% and its MACD is looking very bullish. Momentum is also above average. There's plenty of room on the RSI to go up, and as you have seen, many of the genomic shares have gone above average on the RSI scale. So I'm feeling very hopeful that ARCG is going to continue to move upwards, and it has got a resistance. I'm going to thicken the line out here so you can see it in your smaller screens. The resistance for tomorrow is going to be 22.96 and the support for tomorrow is going to be at 21.99, which was a support converted today. So that's a minor line of support. We have met and exceeded our cup and handle target of 22.75. So another successful technical analysis under our belt. So I'm really happy about this. Let's look at Vertex. Vertex was up 0.01% today, a very thin line of trading, narrowly staying above yesterday's close. And MACD is bullish. Momentum is a bit flat. I think all of this positioning is because there is a fear of the earnings which is coming up. The fear would not be of just the earnings for the quarter. It's potentially related to projections for the next quarter because we have tariff issues. We got FDA having a lot of changes out there. In fact, I'm going to be making a separate video talking about how 3 biotech companies who are making COVID vaccines, advanced COVID vaccines, were asked to halt work by the FDA. So I'm going to talk about those things in a separate video. But there is a lot of headwinds in the pharmaceutical sector. Pharma tariffs have not been announced, so they are also down the pipeline. So I think it's a trepidation of all those things that's being reflected in the price out here as we approach the earnings date for Vertex. I'm going to skip Bluebird because I don't have much to say. I don't understand it. Ginkgo Bioworks did very well today. It went up 3.55%. In the process, it has converted a minor support of 7.85. So I'm going to mark this as a support out here. This will be the first line of support for tomorrow. And then we have our resistance, which is at 9.35. So that's still going to remain the resistance. It was a resistance from before. And in fact, I'm going to plot another minor line of resistance out here for you guys today. And that's going to go from here all the way on top of this. And this is going to be a minor line of resistance, and my convention will be in future to always mark minor line of resistance with a orange hue. So that's what I have done here. So our minor line of resistance for tomorrow is 8.42, failing which 9.40 will perform the role of resistance. That said, let us look at Unicure, which has a huge gap up and it's a trend reversal at play. It went down 0.97% today. MACD is bullish, but momentum has started dropping. I'm thinking that this gap up is pulling it back down to do a gap fill, and it will find a lot of support out here in this diagonal line of support. So we'll see what happens as we approach this line of support. I would say that our next support for Unicure is going to be it's going to be 12.66. I think that's where it's going to be, and then our resistance is going to be, I'm just going to draw a line of resistance here for you guys. It's going to be out here, and this is 16.89. so that's the line of resistance I think we have. IMTX was up 3.55% during the day, went exactly as predicted, and it's still above the support at 4.16, and it's still below the resistance of 5.35. That's going to be the resistance and support. MACD is bullish, momentum is also above average. IMTX is looking good today. So friends, this was the story for Genomics today. I think you guys are having a good time. Make sure that you do your covered calls and other things to protect against the downside that could be imminent. Overall, I think the economy has suffered a whole lot of damage, and the common man will probably feel all of this somewhere into May, middle of May at the latest, because then you will see the price increase in the United States. You will see shortage of goods in the United States because a whole lot of shipping has been cancelled. I'm looking at this shipping portal to get an idea of what is happening. It says Chinese exporters retreat from US as tariffs erode. And then we have some stats also here in one of the articles, and it says Trump floats substantial China tariff cuts in trade deal. This was the latest that we spoke about. Hapag Lloyd says 30% of China's US bound shipments have been cancelled. That doesn't mean 30% of the trade has been cancelled, but it definitely means that 30% of goods that were supposed to arrive into the US in Los Angeles are not going to arrive there. And as a result, 30% of goods are going to be less in the shelves. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And also there seems to be some kind of a backlash against Trump's tariff on Chinese-built ships and Chinese-built cranes, something like that. I'm still going through the details because it's a wonderful website, Q Captain, which talks about shipping. I just discovered it today. I'm going to get into the depth of it and try to see if we can anticipate what the impact of the tariffs is going to be on the US markets in terms of potential for increase in prices, in terms of potential of people actually seeing empty shelves, the kind that Walmart, Target, and Home Depot CEO warned Trump about, and whether whatever Trump is doing right now is doing anything to reduce the impact of this, or has the damage already been done and it is unpreventable. So we got to see all those things. So let us watch out for our videos going forward. I'll have separate special videos on shipping itself with a focus on the tariff angle, so that all of us can get a little bit of information about how things are proceeding. But with that said, I think I would like to bring this video to an end, and I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Till then, if you like this video, please press a like out here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if possible, join me in the live stream at 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. It will be really good. And again, remember, I'm a retail investor like yourself. I also have interest in genomics and AI. And I'm doing my technical analysis to prepare for the day to see if there are any opportunities. And if you join me at the live stream, we can have a good interaction and we can share intelligence among the community and come up with some good ideas. With that, my friends, I'd like to end this video here. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.